Hi, this is Deborah from Dinglefoot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Thanksgiving card that's transparent. And what you use is just any transparency that you get for overhead projectors. You can get them at any office store and just make a card out of it. And besides that, you need 4 colors of autumn colored cardstock and just a piece of background paper to glue them on. And I have a pumpkin die cut, you can see right there, I made on my Cricut, and also a little Thanksgiving saying. I just typed this in Word and printed it on vellum. And since we are working with a clear card, I'm going to use Craft Bond adhesive by Elmer's, just because I don't want adhesive showing through on my card. And I'm also going to use an embossing folder by Cuttlebug for my paper. You don't have to do that, but I'm going to use that, and also some outline stickers just to fancy up my card a little bit. And I think that's about all I need, so let's get started and see what we come up with. The first thing I'm going to do is attach my little pieces of cardstock to the background. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can run it through my embossing machine here. So if you don't cut these quite right, you can always give them a little trim afterwards. But I tried to get them as close as I could. You can see on the edge there it doesn't quite line up, but it's not a problem. I'll just give it a little trim when I'm done. Okay, so just line these up. Okay, so as long as they're level on one edge, just take your cutter and just give it a little trim wherever it needs. Just trim this little edge a little, just a teensy bit over here. That's an easy way to make things straight. And maybe I'll take just a little off the side here, so it's not too long. And I think that looks pretty good. So our next step is to emboss it. And I have this in my old Zippy Mate. It's not even made for the Cuttlebug folders, but they work. So I just take my little swirly folder. I was looking for my one that was just straight swirls, and I just could not find it right away, so I grabbed this one. It'll work. Put my little soft sheet on here and just run it through. I just didn't want my paper to be plain, so that's why I decided to emboss it. Let's see how it came out. Oh, that's pretty. It just gives it a little dimension, just so it looks nice. So this is going to go inside my card, but first I better put my sentiment on so I don't get glue anywhere else on the inside of my card. So I'm just going to give this a little spray with my adhesive here. Just a little squirt there. Just paste it right on the inside. I'm going to put it near the top. Okay, and you can see a little bit of wetness there, but that's going to dry in just a few minutes. And this is also going to be sprayed with adhesive because it goes inside the card, and I don't want adhesive showing through on the back. Give that a little spray and just stick it inside your card. Okay, it's kind of hard to see what you're doing when it's transparent like that, but yeah, let's take it off and line it up a little better here. That's a nice thing, that glue doesn't dry the second you put it on, so you do have a little time to play with it. Now my hands are all sticky. Let's get it in there straight this time, I hope. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so that's on the inside, and then we'll start working on the outside. Okay, I'm back. I washed that glue off my hands. I forgot, for the inside, I like to just give it a little bit of a design. These little peel-off borders are awesome. This one is just a really thin strip. Just adds a little bit to your card that you wouldn't otherwise have. I'm just going to run it right along the top of my vellum. Give it a little snip. And I think I'll just grab another whole one so it's not in pieces and just use this for another card later. So let me grab another whole one. And that's going to go right on the bottom. Okay. Just get that little trim. And you can see how that just livens up the card just a little bit if you can see it through the shiny part. Just has a nice little gold strip right along the edge. So now for the front of the card, I have my pumpkin die cut, and I'm also going to use that same adhesive just because this is just so delicate and it's really hard to get any other kind of adhesive on it. So just give that just a little spray there. It doesn't take much. And close the front of my card here. And the little pumpkin's going to just go right on the lower part. That's why I put my greeting up high, so I could have my pumpkin at the bottom here. See how simple that is? So you have something on the outside of your card and on the inside. And next, I think I'm going to put a couple little corners on my card. And you can do whatever you want with these. I've also found that it's really neat to tie a ribbon around one edge. That gives it a nice look to it. But these little corners are kind of cute too. So we have a couple things on the outside of the card and a couple things on the inside. Can't talk today. Okay, get my little piece of the sticker out there. This is going to go right here on this corner. You can see how I kind of matched it to the edge of the paper that's inside. So that's all I'm going to do with this one. When you make your vellum a little bit longer on the bottom, you have plenty of room to write, and a good pen to write with is a Zig pen. That always works nice. So here you go. It's a really easy and simple Thanksgiving card, and it just has a unique look because of the transparency. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.